Welcome back for Season 3 of RACEWAGEN.
This year we are doubling our cars and doubling our team.
We picked up a 2002 BMW E46 5-speed 6-cylinder.
It has 243,000 miles.
What could go wrong?
Hey, welcome to another episode of RACEWAGEN. We are very excited to be kicking off Season 3, and we are here in Matt's home garage because he is selling us a 330 BMW. Matt, tell us about the car, what you like, what you don't like, parts you have. Just give us a general rundown.
All right, it's a 2002 330 Ci. Has a little over 240,000 miles on it. It spent most of its life in Virginia and North Carolina, but you can tell they really took good care of the car in terms of the maintenance. I had bought it with intentions of building it into a spec E46 car. So for me, a few of the paint issues, some of the dings and the dents, that wasn't a big deal. And the fact that the interior showed all 240,000 miles was really not a big deal either. It has what I believe to be a bad ABS sensor. It was getting a fault. I didn't put input on it or anything, but I know that one of the sensors, I can't remember which one it was pretty much stuck in there when I tried to take it out, so I didn't mess with it. Without the ABS motor in the Mark 60, it basically puts a lot of rear bias.
Okay.
So the one time I took it to the track, I had to be very gentle on the brakes.
Okay.
And I believe it's front and rear. I'll look for the receipts for you guys, but it also has the brass guide pin conversion.
Okay.
So that the brakes feel amazing right up until that point of lockup. Then it feels a little tail happy. But as far as feel, anything below 80%, it feels great.
Our whole plan actually is to do exactly what you're talking about, like touch up the ABS system, see what's going on. Might put it on coilovers right away and then start to get some baseline track data information while we sort of slowly do the rest.
All the maintenance is up to date. A lot of stuff's been replaced preemptively by the previous owner. Like I said, there's also some extra parts in there. But you can see here's where the age starts to show on some of these plastic bits. Start to have a few signs to them.
Cold start sounds pretty good. Some shifter bushings, we'll put that on the list.
All right, so we got our car on our lift and we're doing a quick evaluation of the underside. We've been under here before when we first got it, but now we're showing all of you. Most of our control arms and everything are really clean. All of our suspension's really clean. Everything under this car is really clean, which is surprising for a 21-year-old car with 240,000 miles, but luckily it came from the Carolinas, so not too surprising. We have put a new exhaust on here, which we're excited for, and something that we did note is it looks like somebody hit a curb or something, because we got a big old dent right here, which was right next to our fuel lines, which have been replaced. And because of that dent, we've had to sort of force our exhaust bracket in here, but it fits and it should work just fine. Our big key items in our next episode are going to be replace all the bushings, all the control arms. We're going to do the subframe. We're going to do the front and rear control arms. We're going to throw some coilovers on it. Get this thing ready for the track. In the meantime, right now, we're going to swap our diff fluid. So let's get with that. Given this vehicle has 243,000 miles on it, I'm sure there's a lot of buildup and deposit within the engine. So when we change our oil, we're going to do an engine flush with our Liquimoly, and that will help to break up a lot of those deposits and clean everything out.
All right, so we're also, after we change the oil, going to add some MOS2 anti-friction modifier additive package from Liquimoly. The goal here is to reduce friction on our rather old and high mileage engine and add back into those metals some of the components that will have worked their way out over 243,000 miles, with the idea that it's not going to live a pretty easy life after this, so we need to give it every advantage possible to restore some of that power. Now we just run the car for 10 to 15 minutes and let it do its magic. Okay.
10 or 15 minutes.
10 to 15 minutes.
All right, we ran our Liquimoly engine flush for 15 minutes. I believe it will have loosened up a bunch of gunk in there. Now we'll just use our fluid extractor and pull the oil. Here it comes. Oh yeah, that filter looks pretty grody. Happy to replace that with our pretty Hengst filter. Look at that. Oil changed. Now to add our MOS2 anti-friction. Now our friction is antied.
All right, so this is about the only thing wrong with the car. I don't know how it could have happened. So there's the hanger for the exhaust is right here. And when we were working on it, we saw it was all pushed up. I don't know, I'm thinking curbing. Someone hit curbing too hard?
Could be that. Could have been someone jacked it up from that spot for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe thinking it was a trans mount or something.
That could be. Coverage here. You ready?
Yeah. Oh, like a champ.
It's
Keep
making
going,
some
you're on a
damage.
roll.
Taking out some of the insulation too.
Weight reduction.
Yeah.
Go a little more. If
Little more?
it's supposed to look like this.
I can't even see the other side.
Yeah, that spot.
That spot?
Yeah. Yeah, there we go.
How's that?
That looks like we're in the neighborhood.
Okay. I could believe it.
Yep. At least we should be able to get that bracket back on.
Hell yeah.
All right, man. Thanks.
Good
Boom.
stuff.
We have got our rear subframe completely removed, and we've replaced some of the bushings. We're going to be replacing the bushings on every control arm and essentially every bushing we can replace on this vehicle before we hit the track. As you can see, our original subframe bushings were shot to hell, so we pressed these out and got some new ones in. We're going to reinforce the subframe on the vehicle and bust out all of our other bushings on this while it's out and easy to access. So we're going to pull the control arms, hit the bushings, hit the sway bar end links, get our front control arm bushings, replace our sway bar, and that's going to be what we're working on today. So let's jump in. Installing the PowerFlex bushings can be a bit of a daunting task, but it makes it easier if you got a couple extra hands around. We also use the opportunity to clean up the subframe and the diff and get a lot of the road gunk off of it. Once all the arms are off and everything, install the bushings is pretty easy, and then it's just a matter of putting it all back together. Adding these PowerFlex bushings will really wake up the feel of our suspension and firm things up quite a bit. This is definitely something we wanted to do before getting the vehicle on track, and we think we're going to have great results. Alright, so we got all of our main fluids changed. We got all of our suspension removed. Come back next week and you'll see us putting on our beautiful H&R coilovers, our H&R sway bar, and all our awesome Meyle control arms, end links, and everything else that goes with it. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and come back for more enthusiast content.